Games, guys, with all you guys to try to win and give back control, man. Let me tell you guys something, man. The games that a lot of women gonna play with you guys when y'all learn the game, one thought, one mind, one way, is really gonna devastate a woman. It's gonna really throw her off her square and off the track, because a woman is not gonna be able to understand nor be able to handle the fact that, guess what? She can't control you. And from the clear, most guys lose the game when the moment they start trying to win a woman over, the moment you try to start to please her, the moment you start walking on eggshells, the moment you try to make her happy. Man, guys, let me tell y'all something. Listen up. You don't realize what happens with a woman when you get this game down. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Because a lot of guys assume that women love the control. They love losing control. And when you guys sit around and start tolerating disrespect and you begin to ignore those red flags that she has, she is going to start testing you. And here's the thing that most of you guys never understood. She's not testing you because she's trying to punish you. She's testing you to see if you got that thing called the edge. That's why we always talk about with the game, one thought, one mind, one way, having that edge and everything. She wants to feel your strength, and she doesn't want to feel your sweetness or your kindness and everything. She doesn't want to feel you begging or anything. And you know what? She wants to feel like, I got to really work for this person, because there's something at the end of it that I get when I get with a man, and that is his time, and that is his attention. How you guys doing? Steve the Dean Williams. Welcome to this movement, guys. We do podcasts, videos, and everything under the sun to help you guys out when it comes to this game. Guys, let's talk about it. See, the thing about the game is, as a man, one thought, one mind, one way. We don't chase love or anything like that, and you never bend over for emotions, and you never get mad at her when she gets upset. And the thing about it is, I'm not even trying to make her feel comfortable, because I know that if she feels comfortable, she's going to lose her edge. You always want to keep women working, or really what we call one foot in the door and one foot outside the door, because when you do this, it's going to make her get so upset. She is going to try to gain back the control that she's so used to getting from other guys. I didn't say you, I said other guys. And when she tries to gain that control back and tries to win that back, what's happened is there are three things that she is going to try to do, guys. And I want y'all to soak this up. And I want you to understand these three things that she's going to try to do. One thing she's going to do when she really feels the pressure on and she doesn't have control of you, first thing she's going to do is throw other men in your face. Absolutely. Let me explain what she's actually doing here. See, a lot of women try to poke your ego to see if they can get a rise out of you and see if they can pull some kind of emotion out of you, where she's going to throw a random ex or a random friend in your face. And all she wants to see is, what kind of a man are you? Are you the kind of man that's going to act jealous? Are you the kind of person that's going to be insecure? Are you the kind of person that's going to sit around and try to compete for her time? Because in her mind, she's thinking, if I can make you compete against me or for me, I have the control. And what this is, gentlemen, is a low-key power move that a lot of guys out there fall for when they get around women because of their insecurities. And then they fall for it every time. And what happens, unfortunately, a lot of guys become emotional about all this other stuff. And the moment that you show that insecurity is the moment that she's not going to be attracted to you at all. See, the thing about the game, when you're one thought, one mind, one way, you're never going to sit around and flinch, and you're never going to worry about another man, because when you're locked into the game, you already know there's nobody out there that can actually compete against you. And it's funny and comical because it really pisses women off when you don't mind and you don't care. Gentlemen, always remember, man, these women are going to try to do everything they can, and they know that most guys out there are very insecure about other men. And for her to gain back, for her to get the control, she will do certain things like that. And that's something that women will do. And like I say, when she throws another person in your face, guys, all I'm saying for you guys to do is be cool, be collected, and don't worry about it. Look, don't take the bait. Sometimes they throw the bait out there because they want to get you hooked. But why this thing turns her on is when you don't care, is because when she recognizes that you're above the BS that she's trying to play, it really turns her on, because in her eyes, she realizes that, wait a second, maybe it's not me throwing other guys in his face. Maybe I'm really the one actually competing against the other women. And if I don't get myself together and I don't get myself straight, I'm going to lose that man. So guys, what I'm saying to you guys out there, don't trip and don't get mad if you notice she's doing something like that. If she brings up another guy or something like that, don't get upset. That's not going to be the game. Next one is going to be emotional manipulation. How does this work, guys? The thing is that sometimes when women realize that they're backed up into a corner, they're the greatest actresses in the world. What she's going to do is she's going to sit around and use the gator tears. She's gonna whine, or she's gonna try to give you the silent treatment to try to swing the pendulum back, where you're gonna be so concerned about her feelings because you feel that if she's giving me the silent treatment, that means she's not gonna sleep with me. Let me tell you guys something, man. Don't sit around and ever apologize for something you didn't do. And don't ever take responsibility for her mood swings. And don't ever try to baby her when she acts like a baby. If she wants to have a mood swing, and she wants to pout, and she wants to get mad, just sit back and chill and ride it out, gentlemen. Don't ever try to go to her and say, baby, what's wrong? What did I do? How can I fix it? Because the moment you do that, you actually show her weakness and femininity. See, the thing is, as a man, I don't look at emotional manipulation as a turn on. It's really a turn off. And if a woman tries to use emotional manipulation on me per se, it turns me off to a point where I just don't even talk to them anymore, because I'm not here to baby a woman. I want a mature woman that can actually just talk to me when something's on her mind. Yes, gentlemen, they're going to get mad at you because you have other women. They're going to get mad at you because you're spending time with other women. They're going to get upset because all their lives, they thought what was between their legs had power. And you automatically have taken the power out of that thing. And that's something that she cannot handle on her own. And when you can take that power out of her, you change up the whole dynamics of everything. And when you move that way and change up things, it changes everything for her. She just cannot handle. Women can't handle a person that just doesn't care. And I'm not saying do this to play games with her or anything like that. It's just that there's no reason to trip over her mood swings. Guys, you are an acquired taste. It is something that she is not used to, and that is a man. And each one of you guys will be an acquired taste to that woman. And as long as you guys out there realize this, just relax. It is going to carry itself over. And once you recognize that you're not playing those kind of games, what you're doing is you're changing the reality to say that you can do that around anybody else you want to, but not around me. The third thing, man, the worst thing, catching the attitude, rolling her eyes, getting passive, getting aggressive. Guys, I tell you, I remember, so I was seeing this one joint, and I told old girl I'm gonna go see her and everything, right? So she was cool with it and everything, and I pulled up. I said, all right, look, I'm gonna scoop you up. We're gonna ride out. And the funny thing about this that was so fucking funny and so comical is that when I picked her up, she had an attitude, man. When I went to go scoop her up, I like that, a woman comes in, I like to greet her with a nice little hug and a kiss or something like that. And she was a little standoffish. So I was chill, I was cool about it. I wasn't even sweating. I really wasn't mad about that. The thing I do not like and something I will not tolerate is a woman looking out of the window and not focusing on us and all this other stuff. She's looking out the window with a little attitude like she doesn't want to talk or she doesn't want to interact. The moment she did that, and what I did, I want you guys to soak this game up, I did what I call a one light attitude change, meaning that I'm going to give her to the first stoplight to fix her attitude. And if she doesn't fix her attitude by that first light, I'm going to turn that car around. I'm going to drop her ass off and I'm going to go somewhere else. I don't play those games. You can have, every woman has every right to have an attitude. But you hear that noise, listen. Toot, toot, toot. I get to the light. She's still looking out that window. I just turn the car around. She's like, what are you doing? I said, I'm taking you home. She's like, what happened? What'd I do? Why, are you mad at me? I said, no, I'm not mad at you. Look, I know that works with everybody else, but you should know better. And I said this to her, and I'm not trying to be a dick, but I don't need you the way you need me. And I'm giving you a little bit of my time, and this is what I'm gonna get for my time, so I'm not gonna waste my time. So I pulled over. She asked and begged, she said, come on, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I said, look, go ahead and go, we'll talk later. And she got out, kind of was bugging, crying, and all that other stuff, and I let her go. And I just went on to the next woman's house. See, the thing is, when you learn this game, gentlemen, women are gonna have certain kind of attitudes, but you're not gonna get away with that when you're with a real man. Again, a woman has every right to pout, every right to stick her mouth out and look out the window and all this other stuff. But there is no rule in the game that I have to entertain your attitude, and I'm not. And when she had that attitude, I just let her go, man. Like I said, I have a rule. Remember, the light. You have until I get to that red light to change your attitude. And if you don't change your attitude, you're gone. And from that point on, gentlemen, she knew I wasn't playing games. And she was like, I am so sorry. It's just, you have to understand, I did agree that I'm gonna mess with you, and I did agree that I'm cool with you having other women. It's just sometimes it hurts my feelings, and sometimes I get upset because sometimes I feel that I deserve a guy. And I'm like this, look, let me tell you something. Whenever you want to find somebody else, I'm good. See, this is what I'm talking about. You don't care and all this other stuff. And that's the beautiful thing about the game, man. At the end of the day, I'm not going to ask her, is she okay? I'm not going to ask her, did I do something wrong? I'm not going to say, talk to me, please. Can we work this out? I'm not playing that game. I'm just not that game. And what I'm saying is the real issue is a control tactic that a lot of women are going to use, gentlemen. And what's so important right here when I'm showing you all this is, guys, I'm not playing around. I don't play those games. And she recognized I didn't play that game. And she had to modify her behavior. But remember, guys, at the end of the day, I'm never going to ask a woman to change for me. That's something that I will not do. That's disingenuous. I would never ask a woman to change for me. All I will ask is that when you're with me, you're with me. And that's the whole thing about it. But she's so used to, and guys, listen, when y'all get this game down, you're gonna get around a lot of women out there that you're gonna, what you call beautiful and sexy, they're gonna have a laundry list of guys trying to get at them. And that's the truth. It's gonna be a laundry list of guys trying to sleep with them and everything under the sun. And they know this. But see, the thing is, they don't want what wants them. They want the guy that doesn't care about what they think. And that's the thing that's gonna get them off and turn them on. And that's the thing that got her off and turned her on. Because in her world and in her mind, she wasn't used to a man that was like, you know what? I don't need you this way. I'm not trying to win you over. This is not a competition or a contest. I don't need you. And gentlemen, listen, a lot of guys are gonna be chirping in her ear. A lot of guys gonna tell her, you're the bad guy. She doesn't need you. She deserves somebody else, somebody that loves her and cares for her and all this other bullshit. They're gonna do all that stuff and they're gonna be in her ear. And sometimes they're gonna hype her up to a point where she thinks that she's got the high ground, like she's special. Remember, gentlemen, you're special. She's a woman. I'm not knocking her or anything like that, but I'm not playing those games. If you have an attitude, if you want to do those things that we're talking about right here, then there's the door. I don't have time to entertain you. And that's what I'm saying to you guys out here. You don't have to entertain them, because at the end of the day, They're just not used to a man that can walk away. But what happens, that thing that turns them on, is that they love a man that can say no. And they love a man that I'm not trying to win a battle, because everything's already won. You already know you're not the only person. You're here with me. I don't throw any women in your face or anything like that. Now, if you ask me what I'm doing, I'm into something. I don't ever ask them what they're doing, and that kind of pisses them off sometimes because, as I said before, I don't try to get in their business because I give them a contract they can't refuse. See who you want, do what you want. I'm not even going to ask. When I come a calling, either you're going to be free or you're not. And if you're not free, I'm going to get in touch with somebody who is free, and they know that. And they're going to get mad at you guys out here. And because they can't, in their reality, they cannot handle or interpret a person that has more value. And that's what we're saying. When you guys have the value, it changes up the game for her, because she doesn't understand in her mind, why is it this guy thinks he's God's gift to women? But she recognizes why you're God's gift to women, because of the things that you don't play. You don't play games. You don't. But you don't deal with attitudes. And gentlemen, I'm telling you, I know this sounds crazy, but a lot of you guys are going to run into women, okay, that are going to have attitudes, okay? A lot of you guys are going to run into women that are so used to raw dogging and dogging out men that you're going to assume that she's going to do that to you. A woman is not going to do that to you when you get this game down. When you are one thought, one mind, one way, and you change up the game, the benefits are always going to move to you, because at the end of the day, I'm here to give you pleasure and understanding. And what she's going to try to do is use her sexuality and her body to feel as a reason to be able to talk to you any old kind of way. You can't talk to me any old kind of way. And you cannot act any old kind of way. If you don't show me that you appreciate the time that I give you, then I'm going to remove myself away from you. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to ask what's wrong. I'm not going to say, can we talk about it? I'm going to take you home. And I'm going to call the next woman up right in your face. And if you think that's mean, then you need to get out the game, because she needs to know and realize that I'm the prize. You're not. And yes, a woman is going to throw another guy in your face. And like I said before, if you feel the need to go talk to somebody else, then go do it. Who am I to slow you down or try to talk you out of it? But see, that's what gets them upset and mad. Because in their mind, they're thinking, why would you push me away like that? I thought you cared about me. I thought you really liked me and all this other stuff. If that's the case, why would you say those things? I'm not saying those things to be mean. I'm saying those things because I'm gonna nip this in the head, and nip this bud in the head. If you think throwing a guy in my face is gonna make me change my attitude, if you think you crying and getting upset is gonna make me change my attitude, or if you think having an attitude is gonna make me change my attitude, then apparently you're with the wrong person. And I'm not doing this as a dictatorship or manipulation. I'm all about free will. And I'm all about letting these women know that I'm not about those games. Gentlemen, when y'all learn this game, they're gonna recognize, they're gonna love you. Guys, they're gonna love you for it, because when you take them home and you see them again, oh, they just jump in your arms and hug you and kiss all over your face and stuff. And they'll sit around and say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Why are you such a dick, and things like that. Sometimes I just get my mood swings and they'll try to explain themselves. You gotta excuse me. Sometimes I just get upset, and sometimes I just wanna let you know that I just don't like the situation sometimes, and I ask that you try to understand my point of view, and I'm not putting up with your point of view. You are here because we had a conversation, and you are here because we talked about it, and I gave you free will, and I told you everything. And I told you you're not the only woman. And I told you there are other women. And I told you that I'm going to be entertaining other women. And I also told you, if you ever think that you could talk down to me or disrespect me, I'm going to remove myself out of your life. And they know that. And it just blows their mind when you don't get mad, gentlemen. That's where they fuck with you more, because they're going to try to win, but when they realize they can't win, they just going to sit and submit. And they're going to love you for it, because what you have done is you actually elevated them to another level. You've educated them to another level, and you showed them how to move correctly with a man. So if by chance you get rid of her and move on to somebody else, she's going to realize and appreciate you that much more, because the next guy that she's with, she's going to act different too. So guys, that is going to be the end of our conversation, the end of the video, but not the end of our conversation, gentlemen. If you guys have a question, go ahead and holler at your boy and let me know what you guys think, man. How does it feel? Has it ever happened to you the first time a woman has caught an attitude with you and you checked her at the door and you took her home and you didn't get mad for the first time? Tell me, guys, in your mind, what was that like? Please let me know in the comments. I want to know what you think, and I want to hear everything about it in the comments, guys. But at the end of the day, you can win. And guys, remember, if you like this video right here, you're going to enjoy the video that we have for you guys out here. We ask all you guys out here to soak up this game. It's your boy, the Dean. And guys, I'm going to definitely talk to y'all later, man. Peace.